Our group is talking about physical activity for a college student, and when being a college student, it's very hard to balance your schoolwork, your schedules, all the work you have to do, and social relationships with getting the amount of physical activity you need for a week. Being a college student, there's a lot of distractions, such as partying, and that creates an unhealthy lifestyle, as well as unlimited meal plans in the dining hall. And I know that one gets me the best because I'll be at the dining hall like 5 times a day. So it's very necessary that you get the physical activity you need to balance the relationships between the both. Many people ask, how much physical activity should a college student be getting a week? The answer to this question is about 2 hours and 30 minutes of moderate aerobic activity, and that's according to the CDC. To reach your 2 hours and a half a week, a very good balance for a healthy workout routine consists of 3 elements: cardio, strength training, and some type of stretching or recovery. The first thing I'll be going over is cardio. Many people might ask, what is cardio and how may it look? Cardio is known as aerobic exercise that uses large muscle groups, such as your legs, that will increase your heart rate. Cardio is beneficial for a college student by strengthening your heart and your lungs, and many college students also use cardio to relieve stress, or maybe they want to lose weight and maintain a more healthy lifestyle. Even though when people hear the idea of physical activity, they think of strength training or cardio, but one of the most important roles of physical activity is stretching for a college student. You might ask, why is stretching important for a college student? Well, it helps with muscle flexibility, and it also can help prevent injury in the gym when you're lifting. American College of Sports Medicine group recommends that if you are constantly in physical activity, you should be stretching at least 2 times a week. Stretching has become a huge daily role of my schedule. Being an athlete here at Monmouth playing football, I usually stretch when I wake up in the morning, and then after practice or a workout, I'll get stretches in just to make my body feel better so I'm ready for the next day. Stretching is very important for me. I like to take it to the next level to get my body right, so I do a lot of recovery as well, which is very helpful for physical activity. And every day after practice, I'll usually go in the ice bath or use the Normatec pants, as I'll show next. Okay, here I'll be doing some stretching, so my body's ready for the next day. I'm gonna work on my hamstrings right now. So just put the leg up and just work it for a 10 count. And that's gonna stretch your hamstrings. I'm gonna show stretch for your quads. So just put your leg behind you, and then we're gonna hold this for a 10 count as well, and it's gonna stretch your quad. Next, I'll be talking about strength training for a college student. An easy definition for strength training is activities that increase muscle mass and strength. Major benefits of strength training for college students is the buildup of making your bones, your muscles, and your tendons more strong. CDC recommends that a college student trains moderately 3 times a week, which includes working out large muscle groups such as your chest, back, biceps, triceps, shoulders, legs, and core, even though we all know nobody does legs. For me personally, what works best is I train full body, but I know many college students, an easy way to split up these workouts would be maybe like a chest and tricep day, and then the next day, back and bis, and then the following day, it could be shoulders and legs. So that would be your 3 moderate workouts for the whole week. All right, who am I here with?
Sebastian and Champon.
All right, I got a couple questions for you. What do you do for physical activity every week?
I'm on the football team, so we work out, we condition, and we lift.
Okay, I got a little trivia question for you, all right?
For sure.
What % of college students don't work out a week?
I'll say probably something crazy, like 75%.
It's actually 45%. 45%. Physical activity is not only good for your body, but it is also good for your mind as well. And that's why I'm outside doing some cardio, just walking around, because it helps with mental health and relieving stress. When doing physical activity, it releases hormones into your brain that actually make you more calm and feel better. Cardio, such as walking at night and listening to music, which is something that I do, it also helps with better sleep.
Haley.
What do you do for physical activity in a week?
I do cardio and I lift.
And such as what? Like you hit legs?
Yep. And I hit
Okay.
cardio.
How many times a week do you do this?
6.
6 times a week?
Yes.
Okay, here's a little trivia question. What % of college students don't work out in a week?
60.
60? The answer was 45%.
Hi everyone, my name is Gianna Procaro, and today I'm at the University of Bluffs, and I'm going to be talking about the importance of physical activity and what I do to stay active. When I say physical activity, I don't necessarily mean exercise. When people hear the term exercise, it makes them think of going to the gym, and that tends to stress people out. And stress is not good for the heart. Physical activity can just be movement. Incorporating movement in your day-to-day life can be a critical component of living well. Movement is medicine. Every time you move, you're giving your brain stimulus. Stimulus changes your entire view of the world. Simple movement can benefit you for the rest of your life. It helps with heart health, physical health, mental health. It helps prevent cancer. It balances your hormones. It gives you energy, and it can clear up your skin, as well as many other things. It is scientifically proven that men are more physically active than women. This is because women tend to have a lot more barriers keeping them from physical activity. This includes lack of time, lack of motivation, lack of energy, as well as gender stereotypes. Here's what you can do to overcome those barriers. So I have a part-time job and I'm a full-time student, and I have to balance out my schoolwork and my social life, and that can be a lot at times. And I used to say that I didn't have time for physical activity, but realistically I do. I could easily just walk to class. That's physical activity. It's a 10-minute walk. And a lot of people think that physical activity has to take up an hour or two of their day, which it doesn't. You could easily just make movement by doing simple tasks just by walking. And your lack of motivation can be helped by just getting a partner, someone to do your physical activity with, whether that's going to the gym or on walks. Personally, I like to go on walks with friends because I get to gossip, talk about like stuff that's going on in our lives, and that just makes the walk go by quicker, and like you don't even realize that you're walking for so long. Don't let gender stereotypes hinder whether you should be able to work out or not, because everyone deserves to be happy and healthy, and they deserve physical activity in their day-to-day life. So conveniently, Monmouth University is right next to the beach, and you can walk by the boardwalk and enjoy a nice peaceful view. And I like to walk by the beach all the time because at the middle of my walk, I like to go to Pier Village and get Starbucks, and then I walk back. But I drove to the beach today because I'm pressed for time, but usually I'd walk to the beach, walk all the way to Starbucks, and then walk all the way back. So if you're like me, going to the big main gym on campus can be very stressful because there's all athletes there, and I'm not an athlete, and like I don't know what I'm doing half the time. So here's some options by the university dorms that you can go to as an alternative. If you have time, you can also go to the gym and walk on the treadmill, especially when it's like cold out, because it was like really cold by the boardwalk. So you can walk on the treadmill for, I don't know, I usually do like 30 minutes and then I go on with my life, but whatever you have time for, that's okay. You can also lift weights if that's your cup of tea. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, well, that's personally not my cup of tea, as you can tell. So a lot of the dorms do have gyms in them for the residents. Right now I'm in the Mulaney gym, and there's also a gym right across from Mulaney connected to Oakwood that anyone can go to and work out, and usually there's not a lot of people in there. So if you get overwhelmed by the big gym, here, this is a place that you can go to for some peace and quiet and a kind of like an alone workout. Oh, excuse me, do you mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Why, yes, of course.
Well, to start, what's your name?
My name is Harper.
And would you consider yourself physically active?
I try my best to be.
Well, what do you do to stay physically active in your day-to-day life?
I love to go on walks with friends, and I usually walk everywhere, especially because I'm in school. So walking everywhere is how we have to do it, you know what I mean? And I go on walks with my friends a lot as well. We walk up and down this boardwalk all the time, but it's a little bit chilly today, so we didn't do it today. But if I can't get in a walk with my friends, I always like to go on a walk on the treadmill here and there as well.
I'm here with my friend Mia Esposito. I'm gonna be asking her a couple questions. Mia, would you consider yourself physically active?
No, not really.
Well, what do you think you could do to stay more physically active?
Take walks around the block.
There you have it. There's some things for you to stay physically active and have a better life.